Hello everybody and welcome to episode 6 of PhoenixCast.
Hi.
If anybody hasn't
this guy
noticed.
says hello, I want to kill myself.
What's that from again? I can't remember.
From the great TV show Friends.
Is it?
Yep. First
Oh,
episode,
it's Fun Bobby.
Fun episode,
Isn't it?
season 1, and no it's not.
I swear it's Fun Bobby.
Joey to Ross, when he walks in, and he just goes, Hi. This guy says hello, I want to kill myself. Nah, I just won $1 million. That's a bit later on.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. It's, oh, I just want to be married again. And then Rachel walks in.
Anyway, why are we here today?
To talk about a little game called Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Okie dokie, where shall we begin?
At the beginning.
Okay, so we start off in Unchained.
Nah, I'm alright.
No, okay, so the beginning is
Back it up. Abort mission.
because my daddy taught me good. And I'm like, oh my god.
Alright, so
and
we
thus
start.
we get to the land of departure.
Yeah. Playing as. Isn't it Ventus? You're
Yeah,
doing
Ventus
the
wakes up
tutorial.
exactly like Sora from KH1.
Yeah, he's like, oh, hell nah.
Give me a break, Aqua.
Ventus, you lazy bum. So, yeah. It's reminiscent of the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1. We got, what are they called again? Terra, Aqua, and Ventus.
What are they called again?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Oh, the amount of times we've played this series.
I can remember, really. I'm playing on the fact that my memory sucks. Alright.
You're right there.
No, I'm done.
You look scared for a moment.
I'm frightened.
Like, are we frightened of the imminent doom that comes with this game? It doesn't have
Spoiler
a happy
warning.
ending.
No one's happy at the end of this game.
But not in like it's a bad game, or as in like the story just takes such a...
Well, it depends. By the time you beat the secret episode, you played the game a few times and you're like, ugh.
Well, not a lot of people want to platinum it like
Ugh.
I did. Twice.
I'm very close. I'm pretty
to
much
platinuming, not doing other things.
Prian.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, I'm close to platinum it. I'm on my... Well, not final story. I'm on my final character, and then I've got to do the final episode and the secret episode. Can't wait. I'm already dying inside from doing the 3 characters. But, okay, I digress. The 3 characters reminiscent of the original trio. So we've got Aqua, who's, I suppose, Kairi?
Reminiscent of Kairi, yeah.
Yeah, and then we got Terra, the Riku, and then Ventus is the Sora.
Or the Roxas. Wink.
No.
Wink.
So let's put it out there. Ventus looks exactly like Roxas.
Yeah.
And we don't know why at this point.
And these were the people from the secret episode from Kingdom Hearts 2 as well.
In the the secret cutscene.
Yeah.
So I suppose we should get this show on the road. So it's about these 3 friends, grew up together, and they're training to be Keyblade Masters.
Yep.
Well, really, Terra and Aqua are trained to be Keyblade Masters. Ven's just
training
because
he's very young.
He's younger than them, and he had a fragmented heart, so he was brought into this world by Master Xehanort.
Voiced by the late Leonard Nimoy.
Yes, did a brilliant job.
Yeah, he did. And it's going to be such a shame not to have
him as I still don't know what they're going to do in Kingdom Hearts 3 with the lack of Ansem the Wise and Master Xehanort.
They need to do something. They can't just have the young Xehanort do all the
No, I know. No, they can't. But yeah, okay. So, we've got 3 friends. Aqua doing her very Kairi-like thing, making 3 charms in the shape of stars.
They even mention that there's a fruit on a certain world, don't they?
Yeah, they mention Destiny Islands. Well, not by name, but they say that there's a world out there with star-shaped fruit, and if you eat them or share them, then does stuff. Intertwines the destiny.
So
So
really, the point of the beginning of the game is just Terra and Aqua are about to take the Mark of Mastery exam.
Yeah.
They're trained by a man voiced by the Mr. Mark Hamill.
Yep. And that whole character, I believe, was perceived, or not perceived, was what is the word? The idea of him was born from jealousy at Disney, I think. Disney have the character Yensid, which is an anagram of the word Disney.
Right.
So this guy, Master Ericus, is a very freaking peculiar name, but it's an anagram of Square, and I think it was just like, no, screw you guys. You've got a Keyblade Master. We made Keyblades, not you, Disney. We get a Keyblade Master with an anagram of our company.
And we're going to get Mark Hamill to voice him.
Yeah,
Fuck
take
it.
that. Take that.
The Joker. That is the only good role he's done.
I
Star Wars
don't know a
fans.
whole lot about his role.
Star Wars fans.
I thought you meant voice acting.
Yo, Star Wars fans.
Oh, that
I love Star Wars. Don't even.
sick burn.
That was pure joke. He is obviously Luke Skywalker. I could have easily have just said like Anakin just to piss him off even more.
That guy Lando. Yeah. He plays
Lando
him.
Calrissian. Finn.
Ooh.
So we so they're taking the Mark of Mastery exam. Ventus is not a part of this exam.
Though technically he is.
He does become a part of it because
He helps fight because darkness takes over the orbs they've got to destroy.
wow, Xehanort makes it.
Yeah, Xehanort adds the
He
darkness.
does the hand motion that he does.
Although
a lot.
Ericus is very against darkness, he kind of just lets it happen to see how they handle it. To see how they react.
Yeah, that's true. And we learn that through that, and then a fight that Aqua and Terra have to do. That
Yeah, they have
Terra
to fight
finds
each
it
other.
very difficult to hold back the darkness.
Yeah, he cares too much about power and the fact that he's pretty much equally matched, I'd say, with Aqua.
Yeah,
he can't
is.
get the upper hand, so he brings out the
frustrates
darkness.
him, yeah.
And that leads to him failing the Mark of Mastery, Aqua passing it.
Yeah, with flying colours.
And so begins the rift driven between the three friends.
You're a master. I'm not. I'm jealous. Bye now.
Bye-bye! So he zooms off to find Master Xehanort, I believe, who has disappeared.
Wow. He learns from...
This is shortly, by the way, after the masked boy
Yeah.
visits Ventus in his room and tells him to seek out Terra.
He says that Terra's going to be
Running
leaving
off.
and never coming back or whatever. Some bollocks about how he loses his friend for good.
Yeah.
It's all a ploy. The whole thing is a ploy to get all three characters away from the land of departure.
Yeah, to keep him away from the light and generally drive a wedge.
And turn them against each other, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Yensid that mentions to Ericus that the Unversed, who are the enemy in this game...
Yeah. So we've had the
are
Nobodies
around.
and the Heartless.
Yeah.
Now, so Nobodies are the empty husk left by a heart leaving the body. A Heartless is created from the heart going to darkness. And an Unversed is...
Negative
isn't it just... It's just negative...
energy
emotion
made
or whatever.
from the mass boy,
Yeah.
who we
yeah.
come to learn is called Vanitas.
Vanitas. And the masked boy, as we're not going through this in any particular order, just covering the key points,
Yeah.
is the dark side of Ventus. So Ventus, the reason he has a fractured heart is because he was split in half.
Yeah.
So his good is Ventus and his evil is Vanitas,
Yeah.
who's a being of pure darkness.
And this is all a plan by Master Xehanort to
Yeah.
reforge the ultimate Keyblade, which is just called the Keyblade. Although he does mention you can call it Kai, the result is the same.
Kai blade.
This is an ancient symbol. It's a key or Kai. The result is
So
the same.
essentially, it's also could be called Chi, so it gets kind of confusing.
Oh dear.
Hence Kingdom Hearts Chi. It's the same symbol.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. And this Keyblade is the ultimate Keyblade that can unlock the true Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. And to put into perspective, just the handle and neck of the Keyblade is 2 Kingdom Keys.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So
And then it makes like the first proper blade.
Yeah, and
really,
then on
other
the
than-
end is a
other than
proper
an
blade.
Ultima weapon.
But
from
then it
one.
also has the wiggly stuff that looks like Ultima Weapon coming up over the Kingdom Keys.
Yeah, that's true.
So it is a really interesting design. I quite like it.
I hope they do go more into that with 3. Like,
Yeah, it
why
would
is
be
it 2
nice.
Kingdom Keys? Like, do you know what I mean? Or is it like the forging of the 2 hearts?
I feel like that was the first and only Keyblade. And when that shattered into... It shattered into 13 darknesses and 7 lights.
Yeah.
That's why they have to clash to reforge it.
Mm-hmm.
Who had that Keyblade before? How did it shatter?
I don't know. And
on top of that, when it shattered, did that create the Keyblade as we know it? And that's why the true form of the Keyblade is the Kingdom Key. Some questions that I want answered in KH3. Let's just say that.
Let's hope we get them. So
I would hate for this saga to end
So the plot of the
with plot holes. I don't want it to end with too many plot holes.
It's going to end with plot holes.
I can forgive plots, like some plot holes, but like, do you know the ones that just break the story and you're just like, there is no answer for this and it makes no sense.
I'd love flashbacks in 3. Like flashback to maybe Birth by Sleep and we get like an extra cutscene.
That would be nice, yeah.
Stuff like that stuff that we haven't seen or will.
I want a 50 to 60 hour story in 3.
It needs to be that long.
Because in the others, they're generally about... You can get through a story quite easily, skipping cutscenes, of course.
Yeah.
In about 6 hours.
Yeah, if you...
Apart from maybe KH2. I feel like that might take a little longer because of the 2 visits to each world.
I think I clocked about 9-10 hours skipping cutscenes.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
But obviously watching them, you get about a 20-hour experience for most of them.
Overall, yeah.
But I'm hoping that's at least tripled for 3. Because, more hardware, Blu-ray original disc. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, I know. But, we'll get there.
Yeah. So
that's really Ventus' story. The whole point of Ventus
is just
leaving.
chasing Terra.
Yeah.
To bring him home. But at the same time, he's being manipulated by Master Xehanort to rejoin with his own darkness to reforge the Keyblade.
Yeah, Vanitas, yeah. And then
so he wants them to fight.
Yeah, and eventually they do. The secret cutscene at the end of 2 is the ending of Birth by Sleep, the main game.
Yeah.
And you play this ending 3 times with all 3 characters. Terra obviously has a different experience to Aqua and Ben. They all coincide.
Yeah. So basically you play 3 characters whose paths intertwine at certain points.
Yep.
So it's a different timeline. So if we go from the beginning, Terra's the first one to run off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we play with all 3 characters at the beginning. And then you choose a character. So we start with Terra, he takes off. And the problem with Terra is every world he goes to, he's trying to be good. He's trying to, learn about himself and keep the darkness in check.
Yeah.
So that you can become a master, because he really wants the power. And he's being led more and more astray by Master Xehanort as he goes. He's kind of saying, you're a master, Terra, in my eyes. So he's kind of pandering to the power-hungry darkness inside of him to make him fall further from the light.
The point of the whole Xehanort twisting Terra to the darkness as we get to the end of his story is Xehanort is looking for a new body to take over, because Xehanort has the power to use his Keyblade to transfer his heart to another person. He just takes
he can also time travel with that Keyblade by if he stabs his heart while his heart's out of his body, he can control it. So most people would stab, like with Sora in Kingdom Hearts 1 when he sacrifices himself. That Keyblade doesn't have that power. So he just returns to darkness. But Xehanort's Keyblade, he keeps control over his heart and he can push his heart back through time. He can't go forward, but he can go back through time into a younger version of himself to essentially tell them the future.
Right.
So that's
interesting.
That's how time travel works, sort of. That's really brief. It's a lot more complicated.
Yeah, we're going to tackle that. Try and tackle
next
it
episode.
in next episode, hopefully.
Yeah. But so what he, as Ryan was saying, he wants to take his heart out to put it into Terra to get a younger vessel, because he told himself and Ericus that he would be around for the next Keyblade War. That he wants to make happen to find out the Keyblade. Basically, he just wants to forge the Keyblade. And
now Xehanort's a complex character, really. In Birth by Sleep, he's like, it's weird. He's kind of like Riku, but the opposite. So
who are we talking about?
Xehanort.
Old
Xehanort. Like, let me explain.
Right.
So he believes that light and dark are essentially the same, because the one can't coexist without the other, which is obviously Riku's character development throughout all of Kingdom Hearts. he was light, and then went to the dark and forged in the dark, got took over by Ansem, then fought off the darkness, and then he, as we mentioned in Chain of Memories, and then in 2 he walks the road to dawn. And he sees that obviously darkness can coexist with the light, hence 3D, which we will go into later as well. But Xehanort's the same, where he sees them coexisting, but he would rather embrace the darkness.
Xehanort, I think it's widely accepted that darkness is stronger than light. So like,
I mean, you can travel worlds without having to
there's that.
break the barriers and all that.
There is that, but there's I mean, like for instance with Riku versus Roxas, he loses trying to be good and use the light,
and then uses
the darkness and wipes him out instantly. So it's like, I feel Xehanort is more in it for the power. He's not trying to upset the balance and be evil. He just wants to be stronger for the Keyblade War to happen, and to do that he has to be evil. Like, he has to.
He's a man of curiosity, and the curiosity is basically getting the better of him. You find out in his reports as well, he came from Destiny Islands. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, Master Xehanort originally came from Destiny Islands, as did Ventus.
Hence the whole, like, I want a flashback because I want to see this. Because even we do see Riku and
in
Sora.
3D, we do see Xehanort on the beach.
I know we do, but the way they don't want to really go into it in this podcast, but the way they describe that is not
that he lived there.
Not that he lived there, but more that was like a fragment of himself.
Well, essentially, do you know when he first put himself back in time? I know this is more 3D again. But the brown cloaked man at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Oh yeah, I know that. That's what I mean.
There's no physical body. That is literally just his heart holding a cloak up.
Yeah.
So that's how it began. He went back to that point.
Yeah.
But then I'm unsure about the whole young Xehanort. I feel like his heart went back to that point, but possessed Terra, who then went back in time a different way to tell young Xehanort about the plan. It's quite confusing. Need to recap it before trying to explain it, but so Terra, each world he goes to, it's quite different, so he's trying to do the right thing and helping who he first meets. He's just really unlucky, and every time meets the evil person of that world.
Maleficent in Sleeping Beauty.
Dominion.
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty, she takes her heart.
Yeah, she kind of she controls the darkness in his heart to make it so he can't stop himself.
Yeah, basically.
So he doesn't want to do it. He knows it's wrong, but his darkness is too big.
His darkness just allows it to happen anyway, so it's clearly going.
So he takes her heart. I think Ven gives it back. Does he not? Or is that Aqua?
The Ven breaks it free, and then Aqua fights Maleficent in her dragon form.
Yeah. Right.
Should we tackle it this way then? Should we go through each world, just saying what each character does?
Yeah, except I can't really remember Aqua that well.
I'll do the Aqua parts then.
Okay, so Enchanted Dominion, yeah. So Terra goes there, Ven follows him there, and then Aqua follows Ven there. So it's like Ven fights Maleficent in her little like chamber.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Which, just want to plug this. I saw a weird glitch on YouTube, and there's that little like multicolored portal thing. And you use it and it attacks her.
Yeah.
Someone used that. It pushed them out the map. They fell all the way down into nothingness.
Right.
Teleported back up into the room like nothing had happened. Took no damage, and the entire fight froze, but you could still damage the boss.
What?
So that AI just stopped moving. He just kept comboing it until it died.
What the hell?
I was like, wow, okay. That would have been nice on Critical, but whatever. But so Ven fights her, and then Aqua meets up with Ven, who just missed Terra. So Terra's already took the heart from who's it in Sleeping Beauty? Aurora. Yeah, so he took Aurora's heart and left. Ven turns up, and Maleficent tells him that it was Terra that took her heart, which he doesn't believe.
Yeah.
And then Aqua turns up and tells Ven to get the f home.
Get the F home.
Yeah, she's like, look, man, you're a little kid. You know what you're doing. Go home.
Ven doesn't listen. Carries on after Terra. Aqua beats Maleficent in a dragon form with the help of... Is his name Prince Philip in that movie? Am I thinking of Snow White? I haven't watched those films, and I'm going to say that right now and hope that no one berates me for it.
I watched half of Snow White and I couldn't get into it.
I can't handle Snow White's voice.
Yeah.
I can't handle that. But, so that's essentially Enchanted Dominion. And then, obviously, as well, we kind of see a glimpse that Master Xehanort hinted to Maleficent that there are 7 princesses.
Yeah.
Which is what leads to her doing her thing in Kingdom Hearts 1.
The whole reason it happens is Terra's looking for Master Xehanort, and he asks Maleficent because she's the first person he sees. And she plays dumb, doesn't she? Until she makes him take the heart, and then she says, Xehanort said whatever.
Yeah.
That I need the 7 pure hearts to rule over the world.
To rule the world.
Yeah, so essentially, I think she's a lot smaller there than in KH1. I think she literally just wants to rule the Enchanted Dominion at that point.
Oh, yeah. Like, as I said, it's like a 10-year plan, really, because obviously this takes place 10 years
before Kingdom Hearts 1.
It's actually... No, arguably, you could say that she does it shortly after, because doesn't she take over... No. Sorry, I'm getting completely lost here. Ignore me. Okay, so Enchanted Dominion, done.
Okay.
Nothing else happens there.
Dwarf Woodlands.
Nothing really interesting. It's more the story of Snow White and Dwarf Woodlands.
Yeah, nothing happens with the
The only
characters.
thing that comes out of this is that...
They all go there and help out. And I'm pretty sure... Is it Ven who gives the apple back to the old lady that...
Yeah, Ven pretty much is like, hey, you dropped the poison apple you're going to kill Snow White with. And she's like, oh, thank you. You idiot.
So other than that, I don't think...
Nothing happens.
Terra does anything evil there, does he?
Nothing really happens. Terra fights the mirror. Aqua fights the mirror. Ven fights a boss.
A boss.
As you would do in a
Ven drags them through the woods.
Yeah, I don't.
You have to escort through the woods. That's it. That's all Ven does.
I don't want to go into this because it's just not. Dwarf Woodlands is just a case of these people have met another pure light.
Yeah.
Which is Snow White.
So
and that's it.
All right, we've done Enchanted Dominion, Dwarf Woodlands.
Then it's Cinderella's world.
Oh God,
can't remember his name.
Castle of Dreams.
Thank you.
So this is a weird one because you've got Terra who goes, and you go to the ball.
Yeah.
And kind of like just help out. You kill some stuff.
And then you got Ven.
Ven is the weird one. So he shrinks down, and you're friends with the mouse, Jacques.
Jacques, who has the worst voice.
Yeah.
We should go have Cinderella. Cinderella.
Yeah. So again, nothing.
You fight the cat.
You do, yeah. You fight the cat as Ven, and then once again, Aqua at the same time goes to the ball. So Aqua and Terra actually meet at this point.
They do, yeah.
And I think Terra's just leaving, and he tells Aqua, "Maybe you might want to go to the ball." I swear that's something like that.
Yeah, go help a girl named Cinderella. She might need your help or some BS like that. And then
so that's about as good.
And Aqua just tells Terra to stop delving into darkness, and I keep cleaning your mistakes.
Yeah, she's like, you need to go back to Master Arrakis, and he's like, nah,
bro, I'm good.
Looking for Xehanort. Bye. I'm
all good. See ya. And then in Terra's story, he actually does meet Xehanort for a little bit.
Is that straight after that point?
I think so. Because it's not a hologram.
You go. I'm pretty sure you go
to. Because it's not. I'll tell you why. Because he goes to talk to him, and he says some bullshit, obviously about like, to me you are a master. This totally isn't my plan to gain your body. What? Nothing. Ignore me.
I need your hot bod.
and then later on we go to. Then
where's that?
Then the next world is Hollow Bastion.
Yep. Or as it's not known as that yet.
Oh yeah,
Radiant Garden.
It's actually called Radiant Garden in Birth by Sleep, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice little touch, and they all do a little fucking little jog around the place.
Yeah, so you've got a few ways to go. Terra. Does Terra fight Xehanort first at that point?
He doesn't fight Xehanort.
No, not Xehanort. He fight Braig. Sorry.
No, he doesn't. So what happens in...
Is it the Trinity Armor then,
do you want me to lead this?
I'm sure.
Because basically they all meet arguably around in the middle part of their stories in Radiant Garden, and then they all go off to do separate things.
Different. That's the thing. They all meet up at the Trinity Armor bus.
Right. So let me do this through character for character. Terra goes there, and he meets up with everyone, and then
at the Trinity Armor.
At the Trinity Armor, they
all fight a boss together. This is where their path first intersects in a 3-story way.
Yeah. So they have a nice little threesome, and then they fight a Trinity Armor.
Mm-hmm.
And swiping and diping. Don't know what the diping part is. They beat it, and then...
Don't you already have your Disney Town Pass at this point?
Yes, because he's been given them by Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck gives Ventus, when he first arrives, he sees Mickey walking off. So this is why Ven's different.
I don't think the Disney pass is important though. You know what I mean?
No, but we can say that you get them. Like,
Yeah.
it's a little story moment between them, how he's excited to go with
I
his,
suppose. Yeah.
because they're essentially his like older brother and sister that baby him a little bit.
Yeah, and then he gives the passes to them, and then Aqua tells Ven he needs to go home, along with Terra, who tells Ven to go home.
Mm-hmm. They all tell Ven, go home, mate.
Stop being a kid. Aqua tells Terra to stop being him.
Yeah.
Which is like full of darkness.
You
and
fucking shut up, dude.
yeah, you just keep fucking things up. And yeah, and then in the end, Aqua kind of comes out as like the shit friend, even though she wants them all to be safe. It's like, well, she's not really doing anything wrong.
It comes across as she's been told stuff they don't know and she's hiding things from them. So they kind of don't trust her
It's
anymore.
like a teacher's pet thing.
Yeah.
Erica's has told her to do something, she's doing it without worrying, like thinking about their feelings when she actually is.
Yeah.
And they all kind of run off. So then Terra, as he leaves, comes across a man who we all know as Zigbar, but at this point he is known as Braig.
His normal name.
His
So
normal
as we
name.
know a nobody, when they become a nobody, their name gets rearranged and a letter X gets added in for
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Xehanort, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
So Roxas, Sora with an X, rearranged Roxas. So Braig, Zigbar. Just thought I'd explain it again because I'm pretty sure I did explain it
you
in
explained
KH2.
it in KH2 and
But-
KH1 and
I didn't
3.5.
explain it in one, did I?
I think,
Why would I?
I
There's
think
no
we
nobodies?
brushed over it for like a second.
Oh.
But yeah, and then he basically says, I've got your master Xehanort all tied up, and like, you better come fight me, bruh, otherwise I'm gonna stab the man. And he's all like,
Yeah.
no, not my master, even though his master is Erica.
Yeah,
Such
really is.
bullshit. He's like instantly like, fuck you, Erica, this man loves me.
You didn't make me master.
And then he fights Braig, and now the interesting thing that comes out of this fight is that Terra uses the darkness to beat Braig, but not only that, he causes the scars on his face, which we come to know in obviously.
He shoots out a move called Dark Aura.
Which then you unlock that shot lock command.
Don't you?
Shot locks, I will brush over being the most overpowered thing in this game.
Yeah, you don't really need to be good at the game. You just need to know when to press R1, and there you go. You've beat Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, well done. 10 out of 10. You did it. And yeah, he frees Master Xehanort, and he's like, oh my god, I'm using the darkness. This can't be. And Xehanort's like, don't worry about it. It's all good. I'll accept it.
Everything has light and dark.
You're a master in my eyes, bro.
I really can't be doing that Master Xehanort voice.
So
Hooray! Hooray! I'll do my best.
please leave and go. Mine's a Yoda voice. So yeah, he just kind of, I don't know what he tells Terra to do after that. I think he's like, go search out other worlds and like come to terms with your darkness. I think.
I can't remember.
Nice yawn.
Excuse me.
And then so in the terms of Ventus
So
is
Ven,
pretty upset.
he goes to the armor after. The first thing that happens with Ven is he sees Mickey having a bit of a stroll. Look at her, is
I thought it was Scrooge McDuck.
Scrooge McDuck.
No,
No,
and
Ven-
Aqua sees Mickey. Because you get so.
But I haven't got that far with Aqua
Shh.
on Critical, and I just played Ven, and I watched the cutscenes.
Recount this as far as I remember. If you want to go,
I'm just telling you, I guarantee Ven follows Mickey.
Ben gets the tickets from Scrooge. They fight the armor.
that
he
happens
might-
after you follow Mickey a different direction,
Sure,
and you see Terra.
sure.
But
we'll do that. We will believe that story.
Alright, just saying, I did this a few weeks ago, but whatever.
Good for you, man.
Just you know, whatever. Keep going. Just carry on.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's no problem, man. Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Then I've lost where I was. They fight the armor. Gets all depressed because his friends are like, you're a kid.
Yeah.
And then he meets two characters called Lee and Sai. Issa, sorry, yeah. Sai and Issa, who are Syx and Axel.
You said Sai and Issa. Lee and Issa.
Did I?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
So, Lee and
Lee
Issa.
and Issa, who are Axel and Syx from the organisation, but they're obviously young at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And they fight. They're like, yeah, cool.
I just want to interject.
Let's have a
I feel
battle.
like this is why Axel took such a shine to Roxas
Oh yeah.
in the organisation.
Why? Because he met.
Because he remembered Ventus. Because the theory is the reason Roxas can wield a Keyblade is because his heart. Roxas was born with a heart the entire time, but it was Ventus's heart.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what they say, you know, people recognise people when they've never met them because hearts. That's the whole story.
Hearts.
Hey, a plot hole. Hearts and light and stuff.
And I will throw in, at some point, Ventus meets Mickey. There. At some point, does it fucking matter? No, because the actual cutscene that does matter with Mickey happens a little bit later on.
You want about in the Badlands, which
Yes.
happens before, and
Yeah,
that's how he
Badlands.
knows who Mickey is. That happens before you go to Hollow Bastion with Ventus.
Does it?
Yeah, you go there, you fight Vanitas, and then you go to Hollow Bastion. See Mickey, who's just saved you for some
Why
reason.
didn't you interject this?
Because I forgot it happened.
For fuck's sake. Okay. So Ventus has fought Vanitas.
Ventus has fought Vanitas.
With Mickey. Then he sees Mickey in the
Well, he gets
Bastion.
his ass kicked the first time, then Mickey turns up,
Oh, yeah.
and then saves your ass, and then you still don't beat him, but
No.
you doesn't Mickey drag? Yeah, Mickey drags you away with his Wayfinder.
No, I think you beat Vanitas and then the Wayfinder takes Mickey.
You only get him down to half health, and then the battle ends.
Does it?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
and then Mickey's like, yeah, fuck that. man's got power.
And then the Aqua's story is she goes fights the armor.
Yes, I haven't got that far with her on critical.
trying
It's been
to-
so long since I played
And then
it.
she meets a girl. It's either before or after the armor. I don't remember. She meets a tiny little girl, a red-haired girl.
I've just remembered where you follow Mickey with Ventus. I'm sorry, but you follow him up the stairs.
Yeah.
You go through that room with the stairs and the little flicky bitches that I don't like, and then you go up. But what's there? What happens? You get a cutscene, but I can't remember what.
Does it involve the two guards in front of the lab?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
So
I know
that'd be
you're on about.
Zexion and what Ienzo and Evan. Whatever.
Yeah. The
So yeah, that's
organisation.
what happens first, and then you see the armor fly over and you run for it.
Okay.
There we go.
We caught up.
I just completely forgot that part. I was like, why does he even follow Mickey? I can't remember what that direction is.
And then Aqua's story is she sees a child who is basically Kyrie and protects her from the Unversed along with Mickey.
Yeah, in the exact same place where you see the scientists as Ven, actually.
Yeah, exactly. And unbeknownst to Aqua, without even realising, she performed the
Keyblade
Keyblade
transference ritual.
Yeah, that is the reason that Kyrie can wield a Keyblade in KH2.
Yeah, which she... oh, fuck. What is the name
Destiny's
of that Keyblade?
Embrace?
Destiny's Embrace.
I only
that's all.
remember because you told me the last time.
Yeah,
Too.
and you get it as Aqua in Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, you get it then. It's not even that great at that point. I think I use it for
I
one
think I've
world.
used... No, I don't know. Yeah, it might be alright for like a world.
That's really all that's important there. Oh, no,
Yeah,
she
so-
fights Veneers, I think. I think in that world she fights Veneers as well.
Does she?
She goes back to the central area, sees Ven fucks off, and then Veneers appears. And he's like, you're weak, I'm going to kill you. Doesn't kill her.
No, he fails.
She actually thinks she killed him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all
Or
that's
is
really
that Peter
important.
Pan?
So Kari gets her Keyblade transferred.
Don't fucking know, man.
So the transference is if your heart is compatible and you touch a Keyblade, then it's transferred. You will get the Keyblade at some point during your life
Yeah.
if you've got a strong heart that's good enough for it.
Mm.
So yeah, Kari gets hers that way.
Okay. Is that Hollow Bastion?
That's Hollow Bastion. Well, Radiant Garden.
I'm just going to call it whatever.
After that, is it Disney Town?
Oh, Disney Town.
So this literally is pointless. It's just mini games. That's it. We don't need to talk about it.
Winnie the Pooh.
You don't actually ever go there in this game.
No, you don't, but I'm saying that's the equivalent of what Disney Town is.
It is. In this, you examine Winnie the Pooh's book to unlock the command board. I'm not
I'm
even
not
going to tell you what
talking
they
about
are.
command boards.
I don't care about mini games.
It's Monopoly the shit.
If you want... Not wrong. If you want to know about the mini games, go watch a video. Don't make us talk about it.
And then watch as you bleed out your eyes. And you hear the music.
See, it's not that bad to play it once or twice, but when you go for the platinum on this game, you will never touch a command board again in your life.
21 times, including any other time you need a certain command or Pete's D-Link. I will say, the only real thing that comes out of Disney Town is that we learn why Pete was locked in a dark dimension.
Yeah, it pretty much is like a setup for Pete's character in KH2.
Yeah.
So
And then
they were
Molestin
like,
saves
oh,
him.
you're messing around and being a dick. I'm going to banish you to another realm.
Fuck you. and so he went, and that is all Disney Town is.
Yeah.
Stitch.
That's not next.
Isn't it?
No. Is it?
Because then it's Olympus after that.
I thought Olympus and then Stitch.
I've always gone Stitch then Olympus.
I just do whatever the number's lower at. I can't remember which is which. Okay, we'll go with Stitch. So
Does it matter? They're fucking pointless.
Yeah, I don't think nothing happens in Stitch.
No. You just help him escape.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, he does make a wayfinder actually, and that gets destroyed, and he gets pissed about it. But that's about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing, no importance. This is all just like a learning experience for the three of them. Like,
essentially, yeah. It's just them growing as characters
I would
as they
say
go.
the next world that actually is significant is the one after Olympus.
Neverland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Olympus, same again. Except, doesn't Terra and Olympus talk to Hades?
Yeah, the whole Zack and Hades thing, where Zack's like has darkness poured into him, and you fight him as a boss.
Yeah.
And it's just Hades doing Hades things.
Yeah.
Simple as that. And Herc is not the muscular Herc.
No, he's still young Hercules, because obviously it's 10 years before.
And Zack tries to get a date out of Aqua.
He does, the sly dog.
Yeah, he just always on about.
Who can blame him?
You give me one date. She's like, no.
She's like, hey, what's that over there?
I'm out. I'm out 85,000. And thus ends Olympus.
And on to Neverland.
I'm just trying to think, is there anything in between this?
No.
Yensid's Tower?
Not with Ven.
Yensid's Tower and Destiny Islands.
Yeah, Destiny Islands is after Neverland for Ven.
What about Terra and Aqua?
I'm not 100%.
Alright, we'll just go. We'll do what we said we were going to do. We'll go through the worlds.
Okay,
And
so
then just finish one.
Neverland.
Terra.
This is the thing, you've got Terra
Yeah.
sides with Captain Hook. Sort of. He doesn't realise. In the end, he actually does become good, and he helps
Peter Pan.
helps Pan out, because he's guarding Hook's treasure, air quotes
Yeah.
there, thinking that it's a big deal. That
When
they don't
it's
get
not.
it.
It's
'Cause I
like he
think-
thinks it's the light.
Yeah, he thinks he's guarding the light, so I don't know if he like knows about lux, but like, does he think the light's like a physical manifestation?
I
in
think
a
they
chest?
have no idea.
Yeah. So he's guarding this chest from Peter Pan because Hook's been like, oh, he's going to try and steal it from me.
Yeah.
Until he finds out that it's just jewels and that Hook already stole it from other people
Hmm.
and realizes, oh, damn it, I'm dark again.
I
No.
keep making the same mistakes.
Yeah. This is why a lot of people call this game Kingdom Hearts God Damn It Terror.
God damn it, Terror. Fucking
yeah.
God damn it. Terror, so that happens, and that basically is why the empty chest appears in Ventus's and Aqua's story.
Yeah.
Because in Ven's story, he gives them the wooden keyblade that Terror gave him.
Yeah, he puts
As like,
that-
this is my treasure, I'll
Yeah.
put it in this box. And then in Aqua's story, she fights Vanitas in Neverland.
again.
Yeah, I might have mixed up the Holobastion and the and the Neverland one, and she beats him in Neverland. Hold on. Sorry, no. In Ventus's story, it's mentioned that they saw a falling star.
Yeah.
This falling star being Mickey. Mickey was ambushed by Vanitas.
Oh, okay.
And then he gets taken by Vanitas to the Badlands again,
Yeah.
where Ventus goes after him and they fight him or some bullshit.
What's he fight? I'm sure you don't fight him again at the end.
Something happens. He gets ambushed by Vanitas. I can
Because
tell
I know
that
you
much.
fight Vanitas at the
Or
end.
is he
then.
found in the fucking? I think he might have been found in. Oh my god, I don't even know. Vanitas beats the shit out of a mouse. All right.
What a dick.
He is a dick, to be fair. And he fights Aqua. Aqua thinks she's completely beaten him. Like he will never come back. She's saying how, you know, oh, I've done Terror and Ventus a service. I'm a good friend. I'm a good master. Then she's woken up by Peter Pan. And then it's all like, it's fine. See you later. And then I'm trying to. I think. Okay, so that's Neverland. I think that's all
Alright.
Neverland.
Alright.
So now I'm going to move on to Yensid's tower. Now I think in story terms, Terra goes there very early on. Because he goes there and then he sees Mickey run out.
Terra goes to Destiny Islands before any of them worlds, I think.
Yeah, I'll do Destiny Islands.
I think Terra goes there first. So Destiny Islands is where Riku gets his power for the Keyblade.
Are you going to let me do Tower first before?
Is that
the
before?
islands?
Is the tower before that?
I'm just going to say the Tower before the islands.
Okay.
In terms of what it is.
Yeah.
The Tower for Terra is he goes there to talk to Yen Sid and sees Mickey run out with the Wayfinder. And Mickey flies off. He talks to Yen Sid. Yen Sid's like, I don't know where Xehanort is, blah blah blah. Terra fucks off. Nothing really comes of the Yen Sid thing for Terra.
No.
I'm trying to think the Ventus one. Is that the one?
Does Ventus even go there? No, Ventus goes there right near the end.
I think it is something to do with Mickey and like getting captured by Vanitas.
I can't remember. I did that recently. I don't know why I can't remember it. It can't have been that important.
And Aqua goes there towards her end as well, I believe.
I can't remember much
and
about
it's
Aqua.
like because Terra and Ven are told where to go by Xehanort and Vanitas.
Yeah.
And I realise I skipped something with Terra and Ven's.
What's that?
I'll go to it in a minute. And sorry. And Aqua is told that they're going to be fighting at the Keyblade Graveyard.
Yeah.
For the final battle. So she goes to the Keyblade Graveyard. What I missed is that Terra learns from Xehanort that Ven has learnt his origin.
Oh yeah, so Ven has learnt that him and Vanitas need to fight to forge the Keyblade, and that's Master Xehanort's plan. So he goes back to the land of departure
to confront Ericus, because Ericus has been hiding from him this whole time.
Yeah.
Because he knew exactly
and so
what
he
it
wants.
was.
Yeah, basically. And then Ericus is all like,
he's like, you're too dangerous now, you know the truth, so I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
And then Terra gets involved.
Yeah.
And long story cut
because
short,
Xehanort, he meets Xehanort at that point in the Badlands. He's like, Terra, come immediately.
and that's when Ventus goes to Destiny Islands as well. But
Ventus.
because when Terra saves Ven, he throws him into a portal that he makes, and that portal leads to Destiny Islands.
But what does Terra... what does Ven do there? I can't remember.
Vanitas is there and he goads him into going to the Keyblade Graveyard.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Terra... When Terra's on Destiny Islands, which is just before he goes back to Land of Departure, because you go from Destiny Islands to Badlands to Land of Departure, back to Badlands.
Yeah.
So you go Destiny Islands, you see Riku and Sora when they're little kids.
Yeah.
4 and 5 respectively.
Mm-hmm.
Or Sora and Riku's 5. But so they're playing on the beach, and Terra speaks to Riku, tells him that he's got to keep a very big secret from everyone. Well, he says don't tell anyone. And he performs the Keyblade transfer ceremony on him on Riku.
Yeah, but obviously Riku doesn't remember this 10 years down the line.
For some unknown reason.
Do you remember what you did when you were 5?
No, but if someone said something about the Keyblade,
and then the Keyblade
and then the Keyblade becomes such a big deal in my life, I'm sure I'd be like, wait a minute, didn't a dude try and give me one of them?
I'm sure if he ever meets Terra in 3, we'll get that little scene.
Yeah, perhaps. But so he performs it on Riku, saying use this to keep whoever safe, you have a strong heart, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then fucks off, basically, goes to the Badlands because Xehanort called him, who then tells him that Ericus is going to hurt Ven.
He's going to hurt him.
He's gonna hurt him, man.
You got to save him.
So he zooms on back.
Yeah, and thus begins the fight between Ericus and Terra.
Which is horrible. Something I didn't realise. I thought Terra killed Ericus, but he actually doesn't.
Xehanort
It's actually Xehanort. Like,
he
Terra beats him down.
Weakened, yeah.
And then while he's like his guard's down and he's a bit weak, Xehanort kills him from behind.
Because it's clear and obvious, especially if you fight in the Mirage Arena, which is basically the Olympus Coliseum from other games. It's clear and obvious when you fight both armors, like No Heart and Armor of Ericus.
Yeah.
Which are 2 bosses.
Fuck that shit.
That if in my personal opinion, if Xehanort and Ericus ever clashed in when they were both in physical forms, that it would be an even match. Xehanort would find himself not able to overpower Ericus just as much as Ericus wouldn't be able to overpower
Something
Xehanort.
actually that I really quick thing about hope for KH3. Something that Cynical was saying in one of his videos. he thinks, because it was about his order on the KH3 worlds and the worlds that are going to be in it,
Yeah.
that the Land of Departure will be the opening to the game. Because we already know that cutscene between Master Xehanort, well, not at that point, but young Xehanort and young Ericus is the opening cutscene for the game.
Yeah.
We already know that. He's hoping it'll be a playable segment where it gives you the basics of fighting.
Yeah.
Because we know Twilight Town's going to be the tutorial.
Yeah.
But like below the tutorial. So tutorial will be like attraction flow
Is Twilight Town the tutorial?
Yeah.
I thought Olympus Coliseum was going to be.
No.
Because
apparently the game will open with that cutscene.
Yeah.
And then we might have some of Twilight Town. It could be a flashback. It could be anything.
Right.
And then Olympus.
Okay.
But Olympus is the direct continuation. Twilight Town, for all we know, could be just Sora. Of the time when he's like, it was a secret. At the end of 2.8, 0.2, whatever, which we'll get to.
Right, yeah, no, I don't remember.
So it could flash back to that to show you what he was doing,
but
and
that
then
was
it will
Travis
continue
Town or
directly.
Twilight Town?
What was?
Which part? The part where at the end of
At the end of 0.2, Sora runs up the stairs.
Yeah, I know, but
he's
that
like,
was because he went to Travis Town at the end of 3D.
Not necessarily, because when he says secret, no one knows where he actually was.
Yeah, he never told anyone. And you find out in 3D he was in Travis Town saying hello to all the Dream Eaters.
Yeah, but he was gone for a while. I know,
Yeah.
but the 0.2 was after 3D.
Yeah.
So him saying that feels...
Continuation?
No, to me it feels like he went off to do some training. Because this was
he had no idea he had lost his abilities until Yen Sid told him. We are getting way ahead of ourselves. Can we talk about this in 0.2 and then theorise this?
Perhaps. Anyway,
okay, cool.
So, okay, he did the transfer thing. He's gone back to fight Ericus. Beats him, Xehanort kills him. And then he realises he's gone too far.
Yeah, and...
but so does Ericus. Ericus realises he shouldn't have attacked Ven, and he thinks his darkness in his heart.
Yeah, there's like an understanding about to happen until Xehanort intervened, killed him, and then broke apart the Land of Departure with the darkness.
Yeah.
Because there was no light there to protect it anymore.
Yeah, basically.
Because the Master was dead.
And Aqua was gone.
And Aqua was
to the Keyblade graveyard at this point.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then Q... He knows up.
Aqua goes before we do that. Aqua does go to Destiny Islands, and all she says to Sora is to protect Riku.
Yeah.
Don't let him waver.
She can tell that he's a pure light at that point.
Yeah. She was like, "This boy's special," but I don't think she knew how special.
Yeah.
If she had known from the start.
Basically, he is the only character that I know of that gets a Keyblade without a transfer ceremony.
Yeah.
Sora gets one purely from strength of heart.
Yeah.
The Keyblade literally does choose him. So in that sense, in Kingdom Hearts 1, where it's all like the one Keyblade master, because they clearly didn't plan for there to be a load of them in the next game.
Exactly.
I feel like it still sort of makes sense in the way that everyone else had a transfer ceremony and Sora didn't. So he was the master chosen by the Keyblade rather than the person wielding it.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
That's my own little theory.
It'd be kind of cool
anyway.
if there was like a prophecy thing shown in 3 of like the one true Keyblade wielder and it being Sora. But
well, they are saying he's the key to everything, which is a bit over the top.
Exactly.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
And thus, is that everything? So can we go to the Keyblade graveyard now?
Yeah. So here's the next time that all three paths intertwine.
Daddy? Can we go to the Keyblade graveyard now, please?
Ugh.
And now we're going to cry.
So I think the first one to turn up is Aqua. Then Terra turns up and sees Aqua there.
No,
and,
you reverse that.
Is it?
Yeah, Terra's the first one. Aqua walks up to him.
Oh yeah. Isn't it with Ericus' Keyblade?
No. Aqua doesn't return to the Land of Departure until the final episode.
And his Keyblade's still there on the floor?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, I do
no one
remember
picks
now.
it up.
Yeah, because no, she turns up and Terra says that he's got something to say.
I don't think he says anything.
Sure
I think Aqua just says, "I heard the master was struck down."
And then he kind of just averts his gaze.
Yeah.
He can't even look at her.
And then
I can understand why.
and then tries to say to him, "How can we shouldn't be fighting Xehanort with darkness.
Yeah.
We should be fighting him with light." Then fucking Ventus comes up and he's all like,
he's a pretty depressing fellow at this point.
Yeah, he's like, me and Venus got to fight to form that Keyblade, y'all.
He's like, if I'm going to lose, do me a favor. put an end to me. Or is that earlier?
He doesn't say if I'm going to lose. He says, if you're my friend, you'll put an end to me now. And they refuse, obviously. And then Xehanort appears. And he's like, look, I'm on the fucking graveyard of Keyblades, lol.
Bro.
And
so, yeah. Basically, he's like, this is the where the battle needs to take place. And we all split up to fight our respective bosses.
He goes into the cutscene that was the secret cutscene in KH2.
Yeah,
like, completely, exactly the same.
Except there's no capes this time.
No capes. And the part where the mask smashes a bit off of Ventus's armor when he's frozen is just like it smacks off a boulder, no damage to it, then transition to the next scene, it's completely off. As if like it just like fell off. So should we go from Terra to Ven to Aqua?
So Terra fights frickin' Vanitas and Xehanort.
Yeah, that
pretty much
combo.
over and over again. So you fight them down to a low health, then Vanitas gets added into the mix. No, then Vanitas leaves to fight Ven, and you fight Xehanort.
Yep.
And then you beat Xehanort, and then Xehanort's heart comes out, takes you over, and then you fight Terranort. So Xehanort's heart in Terra's body.
I think it's fair to say that
controlling Lingering Will, which is Terra's will left inside of his Keyblade armor.
I think it's fair to say Terra was about to strike down Xehanort, and the moment he was about to do it, we'll get into in Ven's thing, but something happens with Ven and it completely distracts him, and that spurs Xehanort on to take him over. And then, as you put on, Lingering Will, which we know from KH2.
Did we go into that?
I think we... Did we?
Just in case we didn't, because I can't remember.
I don't think we did we?
He's a secret boss in Kingdom Hearts 2, Final Mix, exclusive.
I think he was considered the hardest secret boss for a long time.
Yeah. In the mainline titles, he is the hardest boss, but I still think Birth by Sleep has the hardest secret bosses in all of Kingdom Hearts. Well, do you know what? Terra. If you're playing as Terra, hardest bosses in Kingdom Hearts. If you're playing as anyone else, they're not that bad.
You're not wrong. Lingering Will beats down Terranort, which is what he's come to be known.
Yeah.
But unfortunately can't really take... He hasn't got the strength to take his body back.
Yep.
And thus...
So essentially the armor lies in wait at the Keyblade graveyard.
Yeah, the explosion takes over. His cape appears, which I don't quite get. Yeah, it's not there until he beats down Terranort. Then when he stabs his Keyblade into the ground, his cape appears. And then the explosion happens.
Huh.
And then he's gone, and then we're safe to assume from 2 that he's just been there the whole time. Yeah,
pretty much waiting. And a lot of people say the reason he reacts to Sora is because he senses Ven's heart.
I believe sensed Xehanort. He even says it himself. He's like, Xehanort, and then gets really angry, and that's why he fights you.
A lot of people say it's because he senses Ven.
I get that, but
I need to watch
when
the
he
quite again,
literally says Xehanort.
Yeah, I know, but that was the last thing he was doing, so it could just be that. But
maybe, but
I don't know.
Whatever happens, that's what he says, and
he could be angry because of Xehanort and he's attacking indiscriminately. But it could be Ven's heart that awoken him.
For the Terror, we know that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where his story ends.
Yeah.
Apart from there's a slight bit extra in the next game, which we're going to do in the same podcast.
Yeah. So then there's Ven's, who fights. He's frozen down. I'll mention Aqua in this as well because it is important.
He's frozen on. Yeah, he's frozen on the floor from the cutscene.
Aqua fights.
We haven't actually gone into the cutscene where So the reason he's frozen because Xehanort grabs his face.
Yeah, but if you've watched the secret cutscene in 2, we mentioned that in 2.
Yeah, but it's better to mention it here, I think, rather than having it all disjointed and over the place.
All right, Xehanort freezes him and throws him to the ground. Did I
just
sum it up right for you?
Well, Xehanort is pretty overpowered, so they're all running at him at the same time, him and Vanitas, and he's just literally launching the ground in the air. I don't know how he's doing that because I've never seen anyone with darkness powers do that before.
I think it's fair to say he's probably the strongest being in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It feels like Sora and Riku might be close at this point.
Maybe I'd say Riku's more closer considering the events of 3D.
Yeah.
And probably towards the end of 3, Sora will be on that level as well, if not further.
If not a darkness, but we don't know.
We don't know yet.
He said multiple characters are playable in 3, and no one said you beat the game as Sora.
And whatever.
Though, you know, I've heard conflicting things in interviews saying past this saga that Sora will be the main character and that it won't follow Sora. I've heard both.
I don't know.
I need to do proper research on it.
I just want them to end this properly. Don't fucking...
Yeah.
After so long, don't...
And you know what? One more pet peeve to people
hole.
who keep complaining about how many titles there are. No one calls it a trilogy, apart from the people arguing that there's too many titles for a trilogy. It's called the Xehanort Saga, not the Xehanort Trilogy. So stop saying they're side games because only the main 3 titles count for the trilogy. It's a saga. There are 8 games in the goddamn saga. Okay.
Alright.
Let's move on.
Thank you. So, okay. Ven's frozen on the ground.
Yep.
I'm going to intertwine Aqua into this.
Yeah,
because
makes
I
sense
feel like we have to.
She fights next to
Terra,
Ven.
when we mentioned that Vanitas jumped out of the fight between Terra and Xehanort, Vanitas actually went down to strike down Aqua. And he sort of does. He gets the blind side of her. But Aqua before this does fight Bragg, who is under the leadership of Xehanort.
Essentially, I think he's already started.
It's not like he's a paid mercenary because he seems to be well invested.
He's doing it for the power.
Yeah, exactly.
He's literally doing it because I believe Xehanort offers him a Keyblade.
Oh, really?
Well, the way he acts, because do you know when Terra's fighting him?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, what does he say? He's like, this is why you shouldn't mess with people with Keyblades.
Yeah.
And then, and then he always says to Xehanort after he fights him, he's like, hey, we had a deal.
Yeah, that's true.
As if.
And then Aqua beats Bragg pretty easily, but the whole point of that was to
buy time.
To buy time.
Just so that he can get more time to forge the Keyblade and put his heart in Terra.
Xehanort does make...
So what's Aqua for? Like, if you think about it, Xehanort's plan.
She wasn't meant to go there.
Aqua was never part of the plan.
No, she was never part of the plan.
It was just take Terra's body.
She was actually more of an annoyance. That's why Vanitas constantly tries to get rid of her in her story.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Because Vanitas is actually going for the kill. Not at any point is he like, oh, I'm here to test you. Like he is with Ventus. And I don't think in Terra's story you ever fight.
Well, there is actually one point in Ven's story where Vanitas wants to kill Ven and stops giving a crap about what Xehanort says.
Yeah.
He's literally like, you're so weak, you're not worth my time. When you fight me in the Badlands, when Mickey saves you.
Oh, the very first time.
When he actually beats you, he's about to kill you, and then Mickey comes in and stops him.
Yeah, the very first time, isn't it? Yeah.
He says, I'm just going to do it here. You don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, Aqua is struck down by Vanitas.
Yeah.
Not dead, more like knocked
just
out.
hit.
Even though the slash he causes to her should have realistically done some damage.
I can't actually remember the final boss for Aqua.
I'll tell you then.
I can obviously for Ven, but...
I'll tell you then. And so...
In fact, you saw me doing it the other day. I was stuck on it, and then you came over and did it first time. I was like, oh, come on.
And then Ven fights Vanitas, and then they fuse.
Yeah.
They fuse together to form the Keyblade.
But while inside their heart. So like they're fighting in Dive to the Heart, aren't they?
Well, you said you don't remember Aqua's.
I don't remember Aqua's,
I'll tell you about that after we talk about this. Ven, in the end, has to make the ultimate sacrifice to break the Keyblade.
And basically, it doesn't kill him, but he knows if he destroys the Keyblade, which is partially Vanitas' heart and partially his heart, that it will destroy his heart.
He'll fragment it just like it did at the beginning of the game. Thus making, once again, the ultimate sacrifice of he might not wake up for a very long time.
If ever.
Because if a heart gets fragmented, it's not quite clear that they don't die. They more like go into like
become a husk.
A coma, really. Like
they
just sort
like what happened to Kari.
Yeah, exactly. They just sort of stay there until their heart's restored or remade. Or
but the problem is, see, if the same thing happened in from the beginning, where his heart was fragmented at the beginning of Birth by Sleep, but because his heart didn't go anywhere else, it grew back. Same as a nobody, how their heart, once they're heartless and nobody are defeated, they grow their heart back. Right? I think Sora is the reason why Ventus hasn't woken up. So because his heart goes into Sora after this point, it fragments and latches onto Sora.
Yeah.
Because of that, his heart can't regrow because it's still there.
Bearing in mind, I think Sora was the one that healed his heart in the first place at the beginning of Birth by Sleep.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's Ventus' story. He sacrifices himself to break his... He breaks his own heart, which in turn breaks the Keyblade.
Yeah.
Thus ending Xehanort's plan to reawaken the Kingdom Hearts that is up in the sky.
Yeah.
It's just a blue heart.
But it ruins his plan for a while, but...
Obviously he has contingencies.
Backups. Yeah. Which is takeover.
And that is the end of Ven.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, other than the fact that his heart wanders to Destiny Islands,
Yeah.
back to Sora, who
joins on to Sora.
offers to keep his heart safe.
Yeah.
And that's the end of his story. And then in Aqua's story, I know you said you don't remember.
Yeah.
What actually happens is on the outside, when Ben is fighting inside himself, Ventus and Vanitas have combined, but Vanitas is taken over the body.
I remember.
And he's wielding the Keyblade.
So isn't it Ventus with the Keyblade?
It's Ventus with the Keyblade. By the way,
In
when
Vanitas'
we're saying
outfit.
Keyblade, we mean the Keyblade that opens the Keyblade.
Keyblade, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's him. It's Vanitas' face with
It's
Ventus's face, Vanitas' clothes,
Yeah.
and the Keyblade.
But we didn't mention actually the weird part about this game. Vanitas looks like Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora.
Yeah, even though it's set 10 years in the past, it's KH2 Sora's face with black hair.
Yeah.
Which is quite weird.
It's all a bit confusing.
Yeah, that's still not fully officially explained. Like, there's the theories.
There's loads of theories behind it.
Because obviously they've added in time travel, anything's possible now.
But truth be told, I'm not a fan of theories anymore. I think there's so many theories thrown about that it's actually killed theories for me.
I just want to know.
I want facts.
Yeah.
I want it to be stated, and that's it. And
it's okay. There's only what month are we in? The 7th month, so 6 months to go.
Yeah.
And 10 days.
Yay. So
11 days.
Aqua and Mickey fight Vanitas Ventus.
Yeah.
But they don't actually beat him. What actually happens is that the Ventus breaks his heart, which in turn causes the Keyblade to self-destruct.
Yeah.
Causing a massive explosion.
And
then,
leaving Ventus as a husk again, as you know.
Yeah. And then Mickey finds them in the world between, takes them back to Yensid. Thus ending the main branch story of Birth by Sleep. Yeah. Mickey finds them.
Yeah. So
what I didn't mention was that Terra, when I said he got distracted, what he actually got distracted by was the fusion of Ventus and Vanitas.
Yeah.
Because he knew what was happening, and then Xehanort took him over. That was the distracting part.
Yeah. So, thus moves us on to the actual ending. Wait, before the final, which is where Aqua puts Ven into the Chamber of Waking.
Which then
and switch it, and then she uses the keyhole of the Land of Departure, which in turn changes that into Castle Oblivion.
Yeah.
So Castle Oblivion, Land of Departure are the same world. It changes into Castle Oblivion purely to hide Ven until he can come back.
Yeah, and the only person that can navigate that castle is Aqua.
Well, that's that's not a fact.
Is that not a fact?
They say a master has to do it.
Right.
And it has to be with that Keyblade, which is called Master's
Which is interesting because in a recent KH3 trailer, she doesn't have that Keyblade anymore.
No, and people are now saying that the very first KH3 trailer might be actually part of the game.
Yeah, I saw
Except it will actually have KH3 outfit. And
yeah.
It'd be nice to be able to play on Destiny Islands.
I think that makes a lot of sense too because
Sora finds it, and he has the power to unlock hearts. So it would make sense if he gets that Keyblade and goes and finds a Chamber of Waking through Castle Oblivion, which could then give even better story and have him start to remember things about what happened to him there. And
yeah, exactly.
It could be really interesting if they do it right, but
let's hope they do.
We'll see.
Let's hope.
Aqua puts Ven in Chamber of Waking, locks it, becomes Castle Oblivion. Then she goes back to that's the end of the game, and then begins the final episode.
Yep.
Which Radiant Garden?
Yeah. You go straight there.
So she goes straight to Radiant Garden,
where Terranort is there, but he kind of doesn't remember himself because when Lingering Will beat him, it kind of knocked him back a bit. So it gave Terra a fighting chance to try and reclaim his heart. Yeah, but it's kind of at battle with itself. For a minute, you thought he might. She does go up to him. She says, "Terra, is that you?" Then he just fucking throttles her. Doesn't he grab her and be like, "My name is Xehanort." And he's fucking choking her, and she ain't happy about that. Yeah, then they fight. She wins. She does win, yeah. He falls back into his own darkness. Yeah. Into like a dark portal. Yeah, which basically, if he falls down there, he's lost forever. Because it's the dark realm. He'll fall into the dark realm. So he falls into the dark realm. There's an argument to be made he could have come out, but the problem is if he comes out, he's not coming out as Terra. Yeah. You know what I mean? Whereas if Aqua goes in after him, saves him, then there's a chance he could come out and be Terra. So basically, Aqua dives in after him. Yep.
clads him in her Keyblade armor, and throws him back out of the portal.
Back out, yeah.
Sacrificing herself to the darkness to save her friend.
Losing her Keyblade in the process.
Now, this is what I find quite interesting. So at this point, by the way, when she went back to Seal, then she found Master Ericus's Keyblade.
Yeah, she kept
and now that's her Keyblade. That's what she uses. So after this, I'm not quite sure how it works.
Go on.
But Xehanort, because that's who he is now. He's not Terranort anymore. He has fully become Xehanort.
Yeah.
So he comes up, he's got amnesia. So he can't remember the fact that he's evil. He can't remember the fact that he was Terra.
Yeah.
Now he's just some scientist's apprentice, which happens later on, called Xehanort. Yeah. And that's it.
Okay.
So
what's the problem?
No, I just don't get where like the sudden amnesia came from.
I would imagine it's because he took a lot of trauma.
I'm gonna beat the hell out of you, son!
It kind of feels that way. I mean, he got beat twice, like within the space of like a couple of hours. Yeah, the wavelengths on that was insane. Yeah. He got beat quite a bit, to be fair. So it wouldn't surprise me if he did have a bit of amnesia. But there is also a part where, in the beginning of 3D, Zigbar or Bragg. Yeah. I think it's Bragg at this point. Because the beginning of 3D is kind of like the prequel where it shows how each organisation member was turned into, obviously, the organisation.
Yeah, yeah.
And Bragg even says, did you get your memory back? Wait, did you never forget? As in, it's in like he's been playing them this whole time. Yeah. Which wouldn't surprise me if he had been.
Who, Bragg?
No, Xehanort.
Oh, Xehanort. Right, yeah.
If Xehanort had, like, even from the start, or even like one day he just woke up and remembered. If he was like, he's the cunning bad guy here, he's smart.
At the same time, he could have gone back and reminded himself.
Exactly.
Because that's the problem with time travel. It leaves questions.
Unfortunately, it does. And thus, that's really the end of the final. So Aqua's lost to the Dark Realm.
Has lost the Dark Realm. Well, actually, what? I swear Mickey. No, that's before, isn't it? That's after. Yeah. We've covered that. So yeah, that is the end of the final episode.
Thus leads us to the secret episode.
Which, if you don't play on critical, I hope you enjoy killing 9,999 enemies.
But if you're maxing, you should get that anyway. Yeah. And all it is Aqua running through the Dark Realms. Heartless. First time we fought Heartless in Birth by Sleep.
So a lot of Heartless in the Dark Realm.
Shadows, Neo Shadows.
To put into perspective of where she is, the inside of the door of Kingdom Hearts at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. Yeah. Where you see all the dark sides coming up. It's kind of like, and there's darkness everywhere. That's where Aqua is right now.
She runs through those areas. Obviously, Ven and Terra at one point do save her from multiple dark sides, like their Keyblades come out of nowhere.
Yeah, and after that point, actually, because you fight one big main dark side as Aqua.
Yeah. At
that point. And then you do actually meet with Ven and Terra.
Wait, in the Dark Realm?
Oh, wait. Actually, I think I was thinking of 0.2.
Okay.
Okay, so Aqua runs through a few of these places in the Dark Realm. I mean, in the secret episode, it's just general darkness, isn't it? You don't go to any themed places.
No, you don't.
No, you just run through and then you fight a main big Heartless boss.
It's called Red Eyes.
Yeah.
Black Heartless. Now, if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, I was going to say dragon, but it's not a dragon. Yeah, it's known as Red Eyes, and I've never fought it again. Well, we've never fought it again in another Kingdom Hearts game.
No.
I will say, little tip, if you're doing critical with Aqua, and you can get past the final episode with a level 25 to 30, you will level up fucking quick in the secret episode. The Heartless give you so much XP, and then you've got to go through gauntlets and gauntlets of them, getting the chests as well, because you need those for the trophy as well, don't you?
Yeah. What, completing the journal? No, you don't.
No, just getting all chests.
There isn't one in.
Is there not?
Not in Birth by Sleep.
Oh.
There's just all journals.
Oh, fuck you then. You beat Red Eyes, and then the best part about this game, this secret episode, sorry, is the part where she walks through the bushes, and she says something. Oh, what did she fucking say? She says, "It can't be," or is that? No, she says, "Is that?" And then it's Castle of Dreams. And then it does like this pan of like all these different scenes that we've never seen before, and like the music obviously is it Destati, the battle version. I think that plays as well. And
that plays, and then it comes up a fragmentary passage.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
Yeah, it's basically hinting that there's going to be a sequel.
But the thing is, when he hinted that, he was told by Square he can't make it.
Yeah.
And we thought that would be it. Like, it might get explained in KH3,
or
but
release a book, maybe.
Yeah.
I remember we theorised that a while
so
back.
we got quite lucky that he wanted to test KH3.
I think, you know what I think he did? I think he went up to the board and he went, look, we haven't released KH3, like yet, obviously. We do need something to test this new engine. Because obviously 0.2 runs on that engine.
Of course, yeah.
This could be a very good idea to not only give Kingdom Hearts fans a little bit more incentive to stay, it's also sort of a demo on what we're trying to achieve with KH3.
Yeah.
So can we fucking do that? And they were probably like, yeah, sure, why not?
Well, that's the thing. He did say recently in an interview that...
I want to point out, he is Japanese. He's much more humble than I'm making him out to be. He's not going,
hey, guys!
Yo, guys, fucking let me do this. So,
well, there you go. Them wavelengths look fixed now.
There they do. You shout and they go back to normal.
Hey, you guys! So basically, yeah, there was actually an interview recently with Nomura in which he said that it's not just fans. Apparently, shareholders and the company directors are all complaining at him that they want to see KH3.
Oh, really?
Or they were before it was like announced.
Oh, right.
And he had that pressure on him. Like, he didn't want to release it. When was it? I think it was when they released...
3D?
It could have been 3D, or it could have even been 0.2. They were all saying, why is this not 3? And he was like, it's just not time. It's not ready yet.
That would sound like 3D. Because 3D gave that hint that it was free, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then they were like, no, it's this 3D's dream drop distance. Oh, okay.
I'd love it because he's also like, no, because it's a DS only title.
What?
Yeah. Still crucial to the story, ladies and gentlemen. All of them are
very crucial
to the story.
Okay, so that's the end of the secret episode.
One more scene that I left out.
Is this the
scene that gives me
Wise?
chills, makes me a little teary-eyed, that gives me that little bit of tears, and a scene that you tried to mention in, I think it was Kingdom Hearts 2's podcast, that you got a bit too ahead of yourself, and I said, don't worry, we'll get there in Birth by Sleep.
Okay.
So the scene is Aqua walks onto a beach, and she comes up to a man in a black hood, and obviously, if you know his voice, it's obviously Ansem the Wise.
Oh yeah, but
this is clearly at the time when his apprentices had betrayed him. Or was it when he died? Like, the timeline there is really fuzzy to me.
Because of the Dark Realm.
Because the Dark Realm's time is really weird. But not only that, he
always
also mentions Sora in a way that says, I even messed with him a bit. So like it mentions like it's past 2 sort of thing.
I always thought it was after the explosion.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah. Well, that was my presumption. I don't know, but
and he basically says,
Sora's out there saving the world.
This boy has gone out saving plenty of the worlds from the darkness, keeping them safe. And then
if we remember,
asks,
by the way, just to say why this is emotional,
right,
is that she is the one that told Sora to protect everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
So she said that on Destiny Islands. So this part, you can carry on.
And she asks, what is this boy's name? And now if you saw the great video when the John Cena meme was a thing.
Oh no, his name was John Cena.
It's a minute-long video of just that leading up to it. It's the best thing I've ever seen. But he actually doesn't say the name. It goes to a different cutscene.
You see Sora in another cutscene, right?
You actually see Braig and Xehanort having a little chat in Hollow Bastion, and he's like, "Hey, come on, man! You're still not playing this amnesia card, are you?" And then
as if,
and Xehanort's just like, "Can you not touch me, please?"
Don't touch me.
And then Ansem the Wise
Don't
is
touch me.
holding Zexian's hand. I'm just gonna call them by their organization names because I don't.
Okay,
Enzo, that's the one. And then it goes to they all start saying his name because it pans through different characters.
Yeah.
And then it even goes to Shion, Roxas, and Axel. I've just got to chill down this one. And then they even say Sora himself. They all say Sora.
Yeah.
Then it goes back to Aqua. She's crying.
But it only shows you the bottom half of her face.
Yeah,
and you see a tear drop down her cheek.
And she says Sora. Then it goes to Sora on Destiny Islands.
It hurts so much.
And this cutscene is the cutscene that's after the ending cutscene of 2 where he reads the letter from Mickey.
Yeah.
And he says, I've got to go. These people made me what I am today. or whatever you said in 2.
Why is it-
You
is that-
remember that line way better.
I
than
gotta
do.
go. These people need me.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And he's saying that to Kyrie. I think a lot of people have tried to like take little nitbits from Kyrie's reaction to this, like, "Don't go, please. I don't want to see you in any more danger." I think it's a bit too much when you read into it like that.
Yeah.
But other than that, this is just leading on to 3D, really.
Yeah. No. It's leading on to Recoded.
Yeah, but he's also saying, "I need to go," and he doesn't go anywhere in Recoded.
Well, he goes to Disney Castle because they said they've got some new thing going on.
But you never see him go to Disney Castle.
But that is what he does. And then they put him into the book.
That's not it.
No, they don't put him into the book. They
Dude, Sora's got nothing to do with Recoded, other
they
than his
not?
data version.
Oh, I thought he went there.
No, he has nothing to
can't
do with
remember
that game at all.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what I
Well, it
mean.
leads to Recoded, but I suppose he goes to the tower.
What
And
he's
then-
saying I need to go is, I think, leading on to what happens at the end of Recoded, which we'll go into in
Yeah.
our other one. And then he's basically saying, I need to go and save everyone. So
Yeah.
this is the first proper hints we are getting of these 3 main characters who we've grown to love are finally going to go and save not only the Wayfinder trio, which is
Yeah.
Ventus, Terra, and Aqua, but hopefully find a way to save
The Sea Salt Trio.
CSL trio,
That's what
which
I call them,
is Shion, Roxas,
And
and
Axel.
Axel. And wow, anyone really? Like,
Yeah.
even the
So
Gold
Sora
again?
has the power to connect hearts. Like, everything is connected to him. He's the center of this whole puzzle. Is
Yeah.
essentially what we're being told.
Exactly.
So
And thus, I think
that is Birth by
that's the
Sleep.
end of Birth by Sleep. So we can move on to 0.2 now.
Yeah, 0.2 Birth by Sleep, a fragmentary passage. So that message we got at the end of Birth by Sleep, this is the direct continuation. So it begins and we see her seeing the Castle of Dreams in the background,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
And you pretty much run around like this kind of like clock towery area. You have to hit the gears to move the clock.
Yeah.
So essentially what this is, it's Aqua's time in the Dark Realm.
The Dark Realm, yeah.
And she's... Well, the Dark World, I think they call it in this.
Yeah, Dark World, Dark Realm. It's all the same.
So she's basically going through the worlds that fell to darkness. So Castle of Dreams is one. Enchanted Dominion is another.
yes. These are
Ooh.
all worlds that are connected to her in her own way, though, as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I can't remember the others. I think...
Enchanted Dominion,
yeah.
Dwarf Woodlands
Yeah.
is one.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Also, yeah, I remember now. Because there's them invisible platforms
yes.
you can make appear. And you have to, if you do it in the perfect line, it unlocks something. Can't remember what it is.
It was just...
It was an interesting
you could
little
use
puzzle.
it to go to get a chest on one side, or you could do it to advance the level.
No, but there was another thing. There was like a... It could have been like a crown symbol or something. And if you... When the rocks move, you line it up. And it's
then
an
you got-
objective, I
you-
think.
Yeah, you got an objective for it. That was the thing I didn't like about this game. They added in objectives,
Yeah.
and some of them were like, defeat this boss without getting hit. And it's like, come the fuck on. I don't play Kingdom Hearts games to not get hit at some fucking point. They added it in 2, and it's like, don't get hit in the fight with Zigbar. Fucked. Fucked. Zigbar, Zolden, like, you know what I mean?
Zaldin.
And she's just really progressed through levels, fighting off darkness. This whole thing is just her trying not to succumb to the darkness because
Yeah.
she's been there for so
And she
long.
realises that she ain't winning the fight very well.
No, not
so
really.
at this point, she's been there for around 10 years in the Realm of Darkness.
Yeah, she has no fucking idea.
No.
To her,
She
it
has
feels
no
like-
idea of the flow of time anymore.
No.
But the thing is, she's her own worst enemy. So she's kind of beating herself down. Like the darkness in her is getting out a little bit.
Yeah.
So at multiple points through this, she fights herself. 3 times, I believe, you fight yourself.
Yeah, Phantom
The
Aqua.
Phantom Aqua. So basically, it's the mirage the Dark Realm is making to try and push her towards darkness.
Yep.
It's like pulling all her insecurities out and essentially that. All she's trying to do is escape. The whole time she's just wandering around hoping she finds a way out.
Exactly.
Which,
there are new
weirdly,
enemies
she's a
in it.
master with a lot of light in her heart.
Right.
Sora and Riku on the beach. Read a letter. Boom. Light. Hey, let's go.
I think that was what Kari's doing then.
I don't give a damn. Pepsi glass. I don't give a damn.
Other than Aqua beating herself down, nothing really happens until you meet
You meet Terra.
Terra and Ben. Yeah, so you are correct. I was about to
No,
jump ahead.
before that you meet just Terra.
Terra
but
by
she
himself.
can't talk to him. Yeah. So like, there's mirages happening, but we're not
Yeah.
sure if it's an actual mirage from her being a bit mental from the darkness,
Mental.
or if it's her heart connecting to theirs
Yeah.
to show her them. But we see Terra, and she goes up to him, and he kind of just disappears on the steps with the red
Yeah,
carpet.
like the exact same scene from Birth by Sleep.
Is it?
When he walks down the steps.
Oh, yeah. So after that, we meet them again a bit later on.
Yeah.
So Terra and Ven are there. Ven hasn't got his heart still,
No,
so he's just a shell. He's still just stood there with
doing
nothing happening.
Yeah.
Only Terra. No, only Aqua can see Ven and Terra.
Yeah.
Terra can't see anything because he's lost in darkness.
Yeah.
But his heart can sense Aqua, so they can talk with their hearts.
Yeah.
And basically Terra realizes shit's going down. He doesn't know Ven's there until Aqua tells him, and then Terranaut comes up.
Yeah, he does. He forces himself out and tries to grab her.
Yeah.
Am I fair in saying I'm going to lead this into a KH3 trailer?
He was actually trying to trick Aqua into telling him stuff,
Yeah.
because they're talking about stuff that Xehanort would not be helpful if he knew.
Am I fair in saying that... Okay, so in a recent KH3 trailer, we found out that Aqua had been naughted.
Yeah.
Naughted being the term of Xehanort's took you over.
Yeah.
But now we don't know if this is actually Aqua herself or it's just a mirage. Like, obviously, we saw in Aqua's like.
There's a lot of things we don't know about it.
Exactly. But am I fair in saying that this was like how Terranaut knew she was there? Because like he might have known she was there, but at the same time,
Terranaut definitely knew she was there because of that.
yeah, I know.
But I don't know if he knew that
was
she was
it
there
because
already.
of the fact that he failed to trick her? He was like, well, okay, I'll just do it this way then. You've been in the darkness for over 10 years now.
Could have been.
It's going to be so easy for me to just be like, heart in you.
Yeah.
And as you said, he can make his heart travel. At any point, he could have sent it after her.
Yeah, but he has to be there to put the heart in her.
Oh, well, he can travel darkness.
When he travels through time, the heart has to go into a younger version of himself.
Yeah.
But then he can destroy that vessel to take over someone else in that time. So it's quite stupid. But yeah.
I mean, I hope we get that answered in 3. Like why she looks like that. And if it even is her, is it just another mirage that the Dark Realm has made?
I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not sure.
But I don't think it's really played tricks on anyone but Aqua so far, from what we've seen. So it seems like you have to spend a lot of time there. So the fact Mickey's seeing that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, okay, we'll carry on.
Because Mickey and Riku have darkness preventing clothes as well, don't they, at this point?
Yeah, so Terranaut just basically tries to kill her after that face. But he misses
what
his
comes
chance.
out? He comes out, and she jumps away, and then Terra grabs him.
Yeah, to stop him.
Yeah, and then he's like, enough! And then loads of chains come out and basically restrict him from doing anything. And then then Aqua wakes up somewhere else. She falls into darkness, I think, again.
Yeah, again.
At this point, she wakes up in the Enchanted Dominion kind of area.
Right.
And then that's...
Should we just skip ahead to when the next character gets unveiled?
Yeah.
So King Mickey.
Yeah. Which is right after Enchanted Dominion. So you run through Enchanted Dominion, fight some dark sides, do some crap.
Yep.
Beat back some thorns. And then you go... And that's it. That's the whole of Enchanted Dominion. You just fight a dark side, and then after that you meet Mickey.
It's fair to say 0.2 can be beat in 2 hours to people who care.
Yeah.
Even if you watch cutscenes, like it would probably be an extra hour at most. It's not a long game. It was merely
It's like a tech demo.
It was a little lick of a taste of what we could get with 3.
This is how graphically it will be. Obviously, it will be better than that because this released 2 years ago now. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while. So Mickey appears and he's he's shocked to see Aqua alive and well, and even Aqua tells him like, "This place is affecting me.
Yeah,
it's getting to me, and it will because obviously as I've mentioned."
So Mickey's here to help get her out. That is the whole reason he's there.
Yeah,
and to find the.
Yeah, I don't think he was there to do that. That was pure accident that they ran into each other.
Was it?
Yeah, it was pure accidental because.
So was he purely there to find the darkness key blade?
Yeah, exactly.
To lock the door.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was all he was there for. He never thought he'd run into Aqua because he had no idea what happened to her. He thought she died.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Alright, so he runs into Aqua. He's helping her out, trying to get her out of the realm of darkness.
Along with trying to get the
Kingdom Key D. Turns out he's actually on Destiny Islands, along with where the Kingdom Key was.
Yeah, the darkness version of it, yeah.
the door in the secret place of Destiny Islands, on the other side of that is the darkness side of Destiny Islands,
Yep.
which is inside Kingdom Hearts. So Mickey goes through said door to get the Kingdom Key D, which is the reverse of the Kingdom Key Sora has.
Yeah.
And uses that because there needs to be one on either side of Kingdom Hearts to lock it fully.
Yeah.
And Riku's in there with him.
This is the great thing about Northern 20 that I don't think anyone expected. This takes place literally when 1 ends.
Yeah, so the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1, when you see Riku grab the other side of that door.
Yeah. Turns out he could have been fucking killed by a...
there
what
was
are
a
they called?
Heartless Swarm.
Yeah, they've got a specific name. It's not Swarm, it's...
Demon Tide?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Demon Tide, Demon Tower.
Yeah, I think it's the Tower, and I think the Tide was
the one at the beginning.
the massive one at the end.
Yeah. No, that is the one that was about to hit him. She grabs it with the chain, and then it breaks free and pushes her outside, and that's the last boss.
Yeah.
So that would be the Tower. Or the Tide. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. So there's a bunch of Heartless in a stream. That's kind of what this boss is. It was about to hit Riku, and Aqua saved him.
Yeah.
I mean, doing so doomed herself to the darkness.
Doomed herself again. She had to stay there again.
Yeah. So Mickey wanted to save her, but it pushed her through the door and locked her back into the realm of darkness.
Realm of darkness, and Mickey was also on the other side of the door that locked, so he couldn't even go after her after that.
And that's pretty much the end of this story already.
Destiny Island starts to fade away because obviously it gets restored.
Yeah.
And she's just there saying, "I'll wait for you to save me," or whatever.
Yeah.
And she fades back into darkness.
Yeah,
and
she falls back through the island as it returns to the light, and falls back into darkness.
And thus ends 0.2.
Yeah.
So once again, Aqua wasn't fucking saved. For fuck's sake.
God damn it.
But this game was great because it did answer some origin questions. The Kingdom Key D being one of the mains.
Yeah, we had no idea why Mickey had the same thing.
How Mickey lost his shirt.
At the end of Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that they did that.
Yeah, it's great.
That was a great one. We had some new enemies introduced. One enemy that I think is absolute bullshit, and I know...
is it the fire one?
The Gamers Joint agrees. It's just all of them. All the elemental shit they added in, so the fire and the water one.
I don't find the water one that bad, but
it's
the fire
more
one's
like it
annoying.
has an ability where you just can't hit it.
Yeah.
And it's not like a certain amount of hits and then you can hit it. It's just until it timer runs out.
Yeah.
It's just annoying.
It is.
And obviously the objectives I wish weren't a thing, and I hope they're not in 3.
I know. I agree.
I don't want the objectives back.
The fact they're making a big deal with outfits, I feel like they won't, because it just seemed like a reason to customize Aqua, the objectives in 0.2.
I know what you mean.
But outfits seem to play a bigger part. I don't think we'll be able to customize Sora so much.
Yeah.
Maybe end game, it will give you objectives or something, but
I'll be happy if they were like, you can play as Kingdom Hearts 2 Sora's outfit if you want. Throughout the game.
It'd be nice.
I'd like that. It'd be a nice throwback. It'd be a nice throwback. And that's it, really. Oh, and then at the end, we're treated to the cutscene you mentioned where Sora runs up the stairs.
So Sora runs up the stairs and is greeted by up the stairs to Yensid's room in a mysterious tower.
And now I mentioned we would talk about this earlier.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say what I think Sora's been. So at the end of 3D, and I'm going to mention a bit at the end of 3D here, he says, there's something I've got to do. So he leaves the tower.
Yeah.
Opens what I believe to be the Traverse Town
sleeping world.
No, it won't be the sleeping world anymore because they woke. Because Riku woke it up.
Yeah, but how would he get a Dream Eater otherwise?
I don't know. Why are they in 3?
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Only one.
But they even mentioned themselves they wanted to bring them all in.
Yeah, I know.
So my point is, maybe the Dream Eaters became real when they opened the sleeping world of Traverse Town. Maybe. I'm only speculating. But anyway, he's rushed by loads of Dream Eaters who like hug him and he's like, hey, thanks. He's basically saying thank you for helping us.
Yeah.
And then when the 0.2 scene happens, that to me is him coming back from Traverse Town.
It could be.
But that's just my one opinion on it. They've not ever...
I don't know. I just feel
expanded on
because they said that Twilight Town will be the tutorial segment before Olympus.
Yeah, but then wouldn't Donald and Goofy be there as well? Maybe the flight coordinator just goes a bit off. And they're like, oh shit, we're in Twilight Town.
I don't know, maybe. It just doesn't... It doesn't seem like it would fit any other way.
I know they're tech demos, but Donald and Goofy are there in the tech demos.
I know, but that doesn't look to me like a tutorial.
I don't know, but we'll see.
I think that was more of a reveal, but I don't know. Well, yeah, as you say, yeah, we'll find out. I have a horrible feeling we'll find out sooner than January, but one thing that I don't want, they cannot announce the world order, ever.
What, like, so you go to Tangled first, then
Yeah,
Frozen,
yeah.
then this. Yeah, if they
Because
do that,
they've
that'll ruin it
already
for me.
said they're announcing every world before it releases, which is already disappointing.
Why announce things that we don't need to know?
It will piss me off if Nomura announces this special original world at the end for where the final battle takes place.
Yeah.
Because he said
Don't
it's
even
not the
announce
Keyblade
it.
Graveyard. If it's so special and original, don't tell anyone.
Yeah, I don't want
Let
to
us
announce
find that for ourselves.
Yeah.
I mean, as Jared Cynical has already said, he thinks it'll be inside Kingdom Hearts.
that would make
Because
sense.
we have never seen it.
That would make sense.
Hmm.
Back to 0.2 though. Yeah, he runs in, realizes no one's there because Riku and Kari have been. No, Kari's been sent to train along with Lee,
And Riku and
Riku-
Mickey have been sent to save Aqua
and they were given these boxes that
with
become
darkness shielding outfits inside.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, Sora gets back and he's like, they could have said goodbye
Yeah, Yensu explains to him that he's lost all his powers
due to
due to
the
something that
events of
happened in
3D,
3D.
which we'll get to next episode.
Yep, and thus he's like, you must follow your heart to regain your
Yeah.
powers, and that's all
He's
he
like,
says.
you realise you're still the key that connects everything. Go do what you do.
They get into the gummy ship, and Donald's like, do you know where to go? He's like, not really.
And then Goofy says, may your heart be your guiding key.
Yeah,
I remember the king used to say that.
and then Sora
And then Sora's like, may your heart be your guiding key. And then he's like, I know where to go. Points his keyblade and boom, off they go. End.
to Olympus Coliseum. It's the first time they ever say that.
Because they remember that Hercules lost his strength of heart
Yeah,
and needed to get it back.
of course. So, and that really is
That
the end
really does conclude. Well,
No.
to be honest, that is the furthest point towards KH3.
that we've actually got. Yeah.
But there's a few more gaps to fill in. So hopefully you'll all join us next time
Yeah. Fucking
to
hell.
fill in these gaps.
At least this one wasn't as long as 2.
Oh no, we did 2 games this time.
I know.
2
Yeah.
is quite the long game. But yeah, it's a good one.
Oh well, we got it out and about, and we're there.
Out and about. In out.
So, the next time we should be
Covering.
recounting Recoded,
Mhm.
which will be hopefully 10 minutes, and we don't delay.
No,
on any
Recoded is
points.
a very pointless short game.
And then
There's
we
a
will
little
go
bit at the end,
into-
isn't there, that might be actually important.
that leads into 3D, and
Yeah.
then we will go into 3D, and then thus, and we, as we've already said, we won't go into Unchained because at the moment there's not enough there for us to unpack.
Yeah, we want the story to go a bit further. Maybe like a month before KH3.
Yeah,
It will feel like that's at the point that they want you to be at.
yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, that'd be
Alright.
the best time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Sounds good.
Next episode, as Ryan has said, will be Recoded in 3D. Dream Drop Distance.
Wally, meow,
And that will conclude our
Com-
Kingdom Hearts recap.
Komori Bat.
What? Oh, Kimura Bat. Meow Wow.
What's the bloody T-Rex name?
I don't know.
Skelter Wild. That man was a beast. What a beast.
I can't remember many of the spirits' names, to be honest. There was another one. Ah, because I always had 3.
I named my goat
had-
The Rock.
I'm sure he tore shit up.
Greatest of all time, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, till next time, guys. Peace.
Bye.